Now we talk about breaking the press, and we look at our first press break. What we want to do against pressure, whether it's man or zone, is move the ball, shift the defense, use ball fakes, and always look up over the press. Now let's talk about responsibilities and positions against the pressure. Our foreman takes the ball out of bounds. He's closest to the basket and also has a great arm as well as a good decision maker. Number one should be your point guard, your best receiver, your best ball handler, and your best dribble penetrator. Your 2 and 3 men should be spaced out behind the halfway line with their backs facing the sideline, spread out. These should be good receivers who can come to the ball and can run long. We then put our 5 man all the way down. He sprints directly to the rim and he'll always play opposite the ball, reading where the ball is. Now let's talk about the 4 man's responsibility, and I'm demonstrating here. As the ball goes through the hoop, he doesn't want to let it bounce, because if he does and takes his time coming out of bounds, the defense has got time to set up. Our players may have been open but are not open. He has to rip that ball through the net, and as he rips it through, his head is up, reading the floor, looking long first as he steps out of bounds. Obviously he has to clear away from the basket so he doesn't hit the inside of the backboard. He's got to make sure he clears, then looks up long. Option 1 is look deep. The 4 man rips the ball at the net and he looks long, looks deep for an open receiver. Now if nothing's open, we look at option 2, hit the 1. The point guard will start on the opposite elbow of the ball. He then has to cut towards the basketball, but he doesn't want to dance. Watch how I demonstrate here. A lot of players against the defender will dance and be indecisive, which makes it hard for the 4 man to pass into, usually a turnover. So he must be direct. He wants to attack hard at the ball, taking the defender with him. And then once he gets there, the defender is going to deny it. Once he denies it, he then V-cuts out, taking as much space as he can, as our arrows just showed. He comes in, then comes out, looking to catch it on the run. Now we look at the first option for our point guard, option 2A, pitch ahead. Once he makes his V-cut, if he's on that side, the 2 man who is on his side will space out long for a pitch ahead. The 3 man who is on the opposite side will rip middle, and the 5 will stay opposite the ball. If that option is not available, we take option 2B, hit the middle. Our point guard makes his V-cut, catches it on the run, the 2 man has spaced out, is not open, so the weak side comes flashing to the middle looking for that pass. And then once he receives, he attacks, and he has a great setup here, almost like a triangle, making the defense make a decision. Against good teams, we have to shift the defense and reverse the ball. So here we see option 3. 4 takes it out, 1 V-cuts, but nothing's open. So he attacks, then turns, and as 4 steps in, he reverses the ball. 4 then attacks all the way to the opposite side, shifting the defense as 1 fills in behind him. We call it a 10-foot rope. Then we see our middleman flashing, and we attack. Let's look at that again. So as the ball's inbounded, we rip it out the net. 1 V-cuts and catches. Nothing's available. So he turns and reverses. Then 4 goes. Notice how 1 stays behind the ball to give good angle. Now if our middleman's not open, he would get out, reverse the ball again, but we see the 1 attacking the side. The man gets out. Then we see the weak side wing, the 3, flash to the middle. So they've got to work with each other to get that great movement. It's vital for our 1 and our 4 in the backcourt to give each other good spacing. They don't want to be parallel. They must stay behind the ball when 1 attacks, so we have a great reversing angle so we can really attack the defense by shifting it. Option 4, the cross. We see our 1 being denied. He makes his V-cut and is denied, so he changes speed and comes back the other side. And then we just play ball. We see 4 fill in behind him. It's important for a 1 to be direct. Make that V-cut, it's denied, then quickly change direction using as much space as he can. If we can't look long and the one is denied after their V cut, we do what's called option 5, the safety cut. We'll see the strong side player 2 here flash to the ball once the one is denied, and he comes to the ball all the way till the ball hits his hand. He then becomes the one, the 4 stays where he is, we see the 1 go behind him, and the 1 then replaces the 2, and he's flashing middle, so we can really attack the defense. Now we go 5 versus 5 and see what options we have and see how our players do. We get the ball out of bounds, rip it out the net. The 1 gets the ball right away, his head is up, and we see the 1 and the 4 use a great angle being behind the ball as they attack. And the whole time they're looking up to see if they can get a read over the defense. Let's look at that again. Tommy rips it at the net as our 4-man. Alan comes to get the ball right away because we're facing a 2 front here. As he catches the ball, he quickly reverses to Tommy. Tommy then spaces out the defense by shifting to that side, and all the defense go with him. As he comes back to Alan, watch how Alan aggressively attacks the opposite side, and all the defense come to his side, which allows him to look up and find that open man. Then we make a quick pass, and we've got a great play here, which we end up with a foul. We now look at the importance of being a greedy receiver, a great middleman. We see our 3 flash opposite the ball all the way till the ball hits his hands to break the press. So we see Tommy take the ball out of bounds, receive to Alan. Alan then attacks one side with his head up, and then we see Malcolm, our 3-man, flash middle, come cutting through the defense, and a great look inside. Getting that ball inside, look how it attracts everyone in the zone. Malcolm turns, doesn't put the ball on the floor, gives it to Rick on the wing who spaces out, causing that defender to guard 2, and then a quick pass for an easy layup. It's so important not to put the ball on the floor right away, always look up first. Now Alan's denied, so he cross cuts, and Rick flashes middle, nothing's on. Great reversal, look how we're really shifting the defense, and the whole time we're looking up. Our 2 and our 3 are doing a great job of flashing middle and going long. We don't get a layup here, but we break the pressure. Alan does a great job of making his cross, he attacks that one side strong, we have a middleman in Rick. He then turns, look how he eats up the defense, he kicks it safely. Tommy does a great job of stretching out the defense by attacking that side, and we get the ball over the half with great reversals.